rededicate their lives to the principles upon which Sri Ram based his life. Now, see, the Ramayana was very popular with the Hindus who were in the indentured diaspora, because the theme of the Ramayana is exile and return. And our indentured ancestors, they labored in the belief that like Sri Ram, they would overcome the adversity of the colonies and would return triumphantly to India from exile. So this Punar Agaman, this return of Sri Ram, is a call to all of us to rededicate ourselves to Dharma and Satya, because Sri Ramchandra ji based his life on Dharma and on Satya. When Lakshman was in battle with Meghanath, the son of Ravan, he was finding it very difficult to overpower Meghanath. So Lakshman then addressed his bow. He spoke to his bow and arrow. And he said that if Ram, in addressing his arrow, he says, if Ram, who is the son of Dasharath, is righteous and truthful, and if in powers he has no rival, there is nobody who can compare to him, then, O arrow, slay this son of Ravan. So that's the appeal he made to his arrow. And Meghanath was killed. Now it was not the arrow that killed Meghanath. It was the power of Sri Ram, his righteousness and his truth that killed Meghanath. So this is why this Punar Agaman is a perfect occasion for us to rededicate ourselves to Dharma and to Satya. There are three great sins in life: speaking falsehood, going after others' wives, and causing injury to others. And when Mother Sita was in conversation with Ansuya in the forest, she said that Sri Ramchandraji is free of all three of these. After Mother Sita had gone to Valmiki's Ramayana and she gave birth to Love and Kush, a special yajna was being performed, and the Purohits had advised Sri Ram that he cannot sit in this yajna without his consort, without his wife. And they said to him, only for this yajna get married again. He refused. He established Ek Patni Vrat. So not even upon the instruction of the Purohits was he prepared to take a second wife, even though they said he cannot perform the yajna without his wife. So he refused. So he was free of all these sins. He was free of speaking falsehood, and he never caused injury to others. Even in the Mahabharata Puran, it says that Sri Ramchandraji taught the world the life of a pure householder. And his preaching was always translated into practice. So this Maryada Purushottam, this observer of etiquette, Sri Ramchandraji knew exactly how to act on every occasion. When Mother Kaikeyi had extracted the boons from Dashrath and they sent for Sri Ramchandraji, Sri Ramchandraji could have said that he's busy. He could have said that he'll come another time. But without even worrying about formalities, on foot, he went straight to Raja Dashrath. So he knew which occasion required what action. So he's what we call a Maryada Purushottam. And Sri Ramchandraji came onto this earth. The avatar of Sri Ramchandraji, which we read just now, was Vipradhenu Surasantahita Leena Manuja Avatar Nij Ichha Nirmit Tanu Maya Guna Gopal. Shri Ramchandra ji इस धरती पर आते हैं विप्र धेनु सुर संत के हित के लिए, for the benefit of the Vipra, the Brahman, Dhenu, the cow, Sur, the Devatas, Sant, the saints. So why should he have come onto this earth for the Brahman? Is he being partial in any way? What kind of Brahmins did you have during Sri Ramchandraji's time? We read just now, Guru Vasishta kah gayo oankara, aaye dvijanu sahit nripadhara. When the sons were born, what did Raja Dashrath do? He immediately sent for Guru Vasishta. He sent for his Guru. I'm wondering if Raja Dashrath lived in this present day and age, and he had given, his wives had given birth to these 4 sons. Would he have gone on Facebook as an anonymous person and asked the Pandits all out there, what should I do now that my 4 sons have been born? Would he have done that? No. Guru Vasishta kah dayo huakara. He sent for Guru Vasishta. And the reason he sent for Guru Vasishta, because Guru Vasishta was an educated person in the scriptures. He would have given what is called Apta Vachan. He would have given answers based on scriptures, not on what his Yajman wanted to hear. So it was for that kind of Brahman that God takes avatar. He comes for the Brahman who is an upholder of Sanatan Dharma. If the Brahman is safe, that means if the person who is the custodian of the Vedas is safe, then Sanatan Dharma is safe. Therefore, he came for the Vipra. He came for Dhenu, for the cow, because the cow represents creation. If you have a cow, you can never starve to death. So the cow represents creation. So he came for the benefit. And so we see, therefore, that this Punar Agaman is an occasion for us to become Maryada Purushottam. It's to rededicate ourselves to our parents. Sri Ramchandraji is a perfect example. He showed us how to live a life without any bias and prejudice. Look at the way in which he treated Mother Shabari, right? Who herself said that she is the lowest of all. But he said, no. The only thing that I look for in a person is bhakti. I'm not interested in caste. I'm not interested in kinship. I'm not interested in any of these things. As long as a person has bhakti, that is all that matters to me. This is the Sri Ram whom we are celebrating. The Sri Ram teaches us about the threefold dharma pertaining to the individual, the family, and society. Right? He never deviated from any of these. We have to make every effort to understand the duties of the individual, the family, and society. And it is only possible to understand Sri Ram's divinity through the path of love, through devotion. So what modern society needs, this is what we need to understand, is that we have to follow the dharma contained in the Ramayana. See, the real benefit of what is going to happen in Ayodhya tomorrow is when we rededicate ourselves to the teachings of the Ramayana. Because we have to ask ourselves this question: what will we be doing on Wednesday morning after all this euphoria has gone? Are we going to go back to our old ways? Are we going to forget to say Jai Shri Ram? Or are we going to allow this occasion for us to rededicate ourselves to the principles that the Ramayana have been teaching us? You see, the time has come for us to stop standing on the shoulders of Shri Ram. We have to give birth to Sri Ram in our communities. We can't continuously stand behind Sri Ram and scream and say that Sri Ram, Sri Ram. When are we going to give birth to Sri Ram in our homes as our children? When are we going to give birth to Sri Ram as leaders in our community? When are we going to give birth to Sri Ram in all facets of our lives? In other words, we have to make sure that we bring about what is referred to as Ram Rajya. When Sri Ramchandraji met with Bharat, he spoke to him about good governance. He said to him, he gave him instructions on the finer points of administration. He highlighted to him the duties and the responsibilities of kingship. He covered every aspect of administration. He spoke about the quality of ministers and the importance of strategy sessions to bring about justice in administration. This is during Sri Ramchandraji's time. We have forgotten this. Here's an occasion to Remember that. So Sri Ram expounds all the subtleties of statecraft in a very, very clear way. And we need to rededicate ourselves to this. So we have a lot to learn from this Punar Agaman. The Ramayana is a great work of scriptural and literary merit. It has profound wisdom. And in fact, all the lessons of the Vedas and the Puranas are found in this Ramayana. It is a practical book that brings to us the teachings of the scriptures so that we can cross this material ocean. That's our aim, is to cross this material ocean. Tulsidas tells us in the Ramayana, Mangala Bhavan Amangala Hari, Dravahuso Dasharatha Ajira Bihari. As the abode of auspiciousness and the destroyer of evils, may he who spots in the courtyard of Dashrath show passion. So the directions that are given to us in the Ramayana are relevant for this age that we are in. We have to overcome gross materialism. There's diminishing morality. There's an increased abuse of human rights. Look around us. There are strong attractions to sexual pleasures. So, the advice that is given to us in the Ramayana, and this is where the relevance of the Ramayana is for Kali Yuga. Raam naam mani deep dharu, jahi dehari dwar, tulsi bhitar barehu jo chahasiya ujiyar. It means install the luminous gem in the shape of the divine name Raam on the threshold of the tongue, which is at the doorway of the mouth. If you will have light inside and outside. So there's the answer for Ram Rajya. Ram Naam Mani Deepa. Ram Naam, right? Ram se bara, Ram ka Naam. So Sri Ram is described in the Ramayana as Dayanidhi, as Karunanidhi, as Kripa Sagar. And that's because Sri Ramchandraji taught us to see the entire creation as pervaded by God. Again, Tulsidas beautifully says to us, Akara chahi lakha chaurasi, jati jiva thala jala thala nababasi. 8,400,000 species of beings inhabit this land. Siya Rama mai saba jagajani, karu pranam jori jugapani. I make obeisance to all the creation which is full of Sita and Ram. So if we see Sita and Ram in everybody, then we will be able to restore Ram Rajya. Then the real benefit of what is to happen in Ayodhya tomorrow will be experienced by all of us here in South Africa. Remember that we don't read the Ramayana for entertainment purposes. It is to reawaken the spiritual consciousness in us. So the repetition of the names and the kathas is definitely a way to bring about divine knowledge in all of us. So let us remember that this Ram Punar Agaman is only the start. This is not the end of the celebration. Ram Lalla will be placed in his rightful place in Ayodhya tomorrow. That is the start of our hard work. We now have to ensure that Sri Ramchandraji is in our lives every moment of our living time, so that we can establish Ram Rajya, so that this Ram Punar Agaman will never go to waste. Let us end with a beautiful verse to Sri Ramchandraji. Om Neelam Bhuj Shyamala Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Pano Mahasayaka Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram!